What is going on, guys? We are back.
We're
Another
back.
Wednesday, 3 weeks in a row.
Yeah, this is a big Wednesday, though.
This is a big Wednesday because if you saw from the photo of the live, Chris and I have been doing a 48-hour fast.
It feels like 7 weeks, to be honest with you. We have not had food, only water, for the last 48 hours.
Yeah, actually, it's 49 hours.
Going on 50.
But who's counting?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we had Christmas. We had our Christmas episode before this.
Yes.
And then we had Christmas at our house.
We did, and we ate a lot of food. There was a lot of hors d'oeuvres, charcuterie, which
And I don't
love.
want to disappoint anybody, but this is water.
I know, we're not drinking wine tonight because we'll get into it later, but there's a special way you're supposed to break your fast. So
yeah, so we have not had any food in 48 hours, only water for the last 48 hours. And I never thought, we decided to do this on Christmas night after we had been full gluttons and ate so much that I felt absolutely disgusting with myself. And so we talked Christmas night, and we talked about doing a fast. We've been talking about it for a while. But
I'll talk about it on and off. There's a lot of benefits to it. So I guess we'll get into that too. But there's a lot of benefits to it. So we keep talking about it. It keeps coming up. And I've done intermittent fasting before, like regularly, like made it a thing for me. And I've gone up to a 24-hour fast before. So not that I'm weathered in fasting by any means, but I've done at least a 24-hour fast. Chris, however, I don't even know if you've ever not eaten for 12 hours.
I've never done intermittent fasting, and the only reason why I don't think I could do it is because of the coffee in the morning. And when I have coffee, it's like the one thing I have to have in life is like coffee with like cream and sugar. Like I can't do black coffee, and I really struggle with that. And I'm one of those people that I need to have coffee immediately. Like, don't talk to me until I have coffee. That's
True.
like one of the staples in my life. And so I was like, there's no way I'll ever be able to give up coffee in the morning. And so I was like, I don't think intermittent fasting would ever happen for me, let alone I think my biggest struggle would be doing a fast. And so we said, you know what, we woke up, we went to bed not really saying we were going to fast.
No, and I actually made a protein shake for the gym in the morning. We went to the gym on the 26th, and I made a protein shake, and I started to get our like post-workout food ready and everything. And Chris is like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "I'm making our shakes." And he's like, "Aren't we fasting?" And I was like, "Are we fasting?" Because it wasn't.
Yeah, so I woke up
confirmed.
and was like, I'm fasting. We were going to go to the gym. So did I have coffee that morning? I just had water and left, right?
No, we just had water and left. Yeah,
so
no
I had
coffee.
water and got in the car, and I was like, let's go to the gym, and we'll see how we feel after the gym. So I went to the gym. I worked out without coffee.
Mm-hmm.
Came home, and I didn't feel hungry. And I was like, well, I'm not even really hungry for food, so let's just keep going throughout the day.
Yeah, so we figured like, oh, if we could make it to like 8 o'clock, that's 24 hours. So like we'll just try and we'll just keep busy and see how it goes. So we did. We had
a lot to do that day. We had a lot on the schedule.
Yeah. So if you are going to try something like this, make sure you're really busy because that really did help a lot.
And to me, always thinking about when people talk about like a 24-hour fast, like I thought that was insane. Like we have a friend that lives down the street from us who also does intermittent fasting with Kristen.
Mm-hmm.
And they would do like every like Monday would be a 24-hour fast. So they're doing 16-hour fasts every night. And then on Monday
they call it something in Alpha Male too.
It was like a reset Monday.
Reset Monday, something like that.
So every Monday they would do a 24-hour fast. In my head, I was like, 24 hours is insane to not eat. So now when we were on day one going into 24 hours, I was actually blown away with how fine I felt. Like lunchtime came.
We went to bed fine last night.
Yeah, so when 24 hours hit, I was like, I'm actually I fantasize about food a little bit. Like sometimes you're like, man, I could really like go for something. But the things I thought about eating were like junk food, like the sugar foods, carbs. Like I would just like think like, man, it would be really nice to eat something. But I wasn't like, oh my God, I'm starving. Like I was just like, I'd really love to put something in my mouth and eat it.
Yeah. And we still have like cakes
not
and pies and stuff and cookies left over from hosting Christmas. So it hasn't been easy like walking by all that stuff and not eating it because
the one thing that almost happened to
me
me was I walked by my dining room and I glanced in and I could see on the table was a Ziploc bag of chocolate chip cookies that she made, and they're like so good. Like they're those like chocolate chip cookies that don't ever like get hard. Like you pull them out of a Ziploc bag and
they're made from scratch, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. I'm amazing.
So I was walking by the dining room and I just glanced in and saw them, and I started to like I wasn't like consciously thinking about it. I just saw them and started to divert that way. And I was just going to walk over and open the bag, take a cookie and eat it. And I was like, oh my God, wait, I'm fasting. Like I literally have to consciously think I'm fasting. Don't eat it. Cause it's so quick to see something and
Yeah.
just grab it and eat it. And so it was actually when we hit the 24-hour mark, I was like, I feel fine. Like I had plenty of energy. I actually wasn't hungry.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, wow, 24 hours wasn't that hard
Right.
to do. And then I was like, well, let's just go to bed and keep this rolling.
Yeah, so I think the intention last night when we went to bed, we didn't plan on doing the podcast like this today, by the way. We went to bed last night and we are like, okay, we'll probably eat after the gym. So by the time we woke up, we were like, okay, now we're at 36 hours. So that was kind of cool. I've never done anything like that before. So we had 36 hours. We went to the gym, and the gym actually helped curb. Did you feel that too? It like curbed the appetite?
Yeah.
Because I was hungry when I woke up, but I don't normally eat before going to boot camp. So we went to the gym and then I was fine. I had a checkup in the morning, doctor's appointment, normal stuff. We had to run to the Airbnb. We had errands to do, whatever. We went did a bunch of stuff today. So we were fine until I'd say 4 o'clock. That was like bewitching hour. I know for me, I looked down at the clock and it was like 4 o'clock, 4:05. 4:08.
But now our first day, the first 24-hour period, we had boot camp in the morning. So that was all like cardio and conditioning
and
for
kickboxing.
45 minutes. And then we came home, didn't have breakfast. And then we had our trainer, Amos, come to the house and we did kickboxing with him, which is a 45-minute session for each of us.
Mm-hmm.
And even going through that, I was like, I mean, we're not really far into the fast. We're probably at the 16-hour mark when that happened. And I still felt fine. I mean, I was like, maybe I'm moving a little slower and maybe some carbs would have felt nice before the workout. Yeah. But I got through it fine. Right. And the rest of the day went fine. So, like I said, the first 24 hours wasn't that bad. But day 2, we only did, that was today, day 2?
Today was day 2, yeah.
So we only had, for me, I only did boot camp this morning. And I was definitely a little, what felt weird was I felt slow and winded. Like, even right now, like now that we're at 48 hours, I feel like if I go up and down the steps a couple times, I sit and I'm like God, like hard to breathe. But I felt like I was going slow at boot camp this morning. But yet I burned more calories than I normally do, which was weird. I hit like 500 calories, and normally I'm around 400. So I was a little bit more calories, which was weird because I thought for sure I was moving very slow and I was going to burn way under my calories.
Yeah, you burnt a lot today. I was able to, around, like I said, the 4 o'clock mark, it was like bewitching hour, and I started to freak out. And I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't have enough things to do at this time of the day. So Chris got me, it's called Fight Camp for Christmas. It's like this boxing thing. So I was like, oh, I'm going to go try it out right now. So I went downstairs, went into the garage, and I did about 40 minutes of a workout around like 5:30. So I didn't really have a lot of energy for it, but it was good to move.
I was really surprised you were doing it.
I was starving, and I knew I was going to have to cook food before we did this because we are going to break the fast with you guys.
But you don't realize right in front of us on this
there's food
table,
sitting in front of us.
There's a ton of food, and I could
smell it. Smells so good.
It's like I have tacos. There's like a Caesar salad, and I've never ever like smelled a Caesar salad that smelled so good than I do right now. I mean, leftover. Are those Christmas. Tomatoes?
There's tomatoes.
I don't even eat or like tomatoes, but like I could eat all of those. Like they look so delicious. So I feel like my appetite is changing a little bit. Like maybe I'm just so hungry that I'm like, I would eat anything right now. Like it's just.
Yeah, I just want to eat something.
Yeah, so this, and maybe like my smell is heightened because I'm so hungry that I'm like, it smells so good. So you don't realize how hard this video is to film. But, so we were talking about doing, because this was like an unplanned fast, and we have a couple friends that want to do a fast with us. So we're talking about getting like a group together and doing a fast in January, early January. So we were talking about, so that's something that you guys want us to like document. We were like, maybe we should like film it and do like weigh-ins before, film the whole protocol as to like what we actually do. So the one thing we did eat, well, not eat, but we added was salt.
Yes, because you need to have electrolytes.
So
your
you
body.
Can talk about that.
Yeah. So, and we do this all the time, so we have it in the house. But we use Icelandic sea salt.
Celtic salt.
Celtic salt. There's lots of like minerals in it, and during the day, if we you know how we are, we're always like watching what we eat and stuff. So if I'm like making lunch and I'm like hungry and it would be really easy to pick at something, I'll take a little salt and I'll take a pinch and I'll put it under my tongue and I'll just let it dissolve, and it curbs my hunger for a little bit. Also, when you drink a lot of water, and I drink close to 2 gallons a day, I just enjoy water. You end up flushing a lot of the good electrolytes out of your body. So you do need to have some salt. It's like a old faux pas to say like don't have salt, don't have white salt, but have Himalayan sea salt
Yeah,
and
you're not
Celtic
looking to
salt.
shove
And
like table salt down your
yeah,
throat.
that's not the salt. You don't want the salt that's on your French fries at McDonald's. You want to have good mineral based salt. So that's what we add regularly to our regimen, but we also added it fairly regularly with this,
And that's what's going to help
especially
all that water and hydration go actually absorb into your
absorb.
body is that
Yeah.
salt.
Yeah. So I think had we been just like flushing, like I probably got about 2 gallons in today. And had we just been flushing without the salt, you're just flushing all the minerals out of your body. So you need to have salt or electrolytes or something when you drink a lot of water, first and foremost. But when you do something like this, you do need to, it's still nutrition, even though it's not
Yeah.
edible.
So if us filming a video about the fast is something you guys want to see, obviously comment down below and let us know. And if it's something that people want to actually see, we'll do it. I mean,
Yeah.
we film everything anyway, but I thought it'd be cool to do like before and after photos, step on the scale before and after, maybe throughout each day, and then actually film what we're going to do. The longer fast, though, we're going to be adding bone broth
Yeah.
into the fast after we hit probably, I mean, I would try to wait till the 48-hour mark.
Yeah, because we did. I mean, we were able to do this. I'd like to wait and.
I definitely do feel like a little bit like I'm starting to now feel weird, fatiguing. I feel like I get a little headachy right now. I think if I push it now another day, I'm going to suffer more.
See, I think I could probably, even though not with the food sitting in front of me, I'm done with the fast at this point. But had we just not done the podcast and it had been 8, 9 o'clock
I
at
think
night,
I could go to bed
I
tonight.
could go to bed, and I think I could wake up tomorrow, and that would bring us to 60 hours.
Yeah. Oh, the one thing that also helped was for Christmas, we got an espresso machine. So if anybody has an espresso machine, you could probably comment and attest to this. That
Are you saying espresso or Nespresso?
Okay. With an N.
Nespresso.
An espresso machine. And it makes your coffee, and it just tastes amazing. So today and yesterday were the first 2 days I drank black coffee.
You had espresso yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday I had espresso because I just wanted something different than just water. Like I was drinking a lot of water and the occasional salt. And so then I was like, let's just try having some coffee.
Yeah.
But I could definitely feel like a weird pressure in my head right now. So definitely starting to struggle. And I think it's also like knowing that we're at the finish line.
Yeah.
So like during the day today, we're like, let's just make it to the live. Let's make it to the live.
Yeah.
And originally we were talking about going to boot camp this morning and then eating when we got home.
Yeah.
And we're like, let's just wait till noon. And then I was like, well, if we're going live anyway, why don't we just eat and break our
Really,
fast?
it was like I'm always like a pusher. Like I'll push and push and push. And I know he gets annoyed with me. But it was actually Chris that was like, okay, let's go to here. Let's go to here. And like I'll handle any kind of a challenge. So I just kind of kept going along with it. But it was him that, wanted to push it further and further. I was really impressed.
Well,
and
crazy.
This is your first fast.
Yeah, it's crazy when you read all the benefits. I mean, we didn't really get into them, did we?
No, we didn't. I have like a whole.
It's supposed to give you like mental clarity, and I feel like I'm not getting that at all.
Well, I just sat down and wrote out a ton of programming tonight. So I do have.
Yeah, I can sit down, and I did the same thing. I edited videos yesterday, and I did feel very focused. Like when I'm into something, I feel good. But then there's times where I'm sitting there like, did I do this yet or did I not do it yet? So,
well, I think now we're to the point where all we want is food. So that's all we're really thinking about. So focusing on anything other than food.
We both had a dream.
Impossible.
We both had dreams last night that we ate food.
Yeah.
So I had a dream that she like put a plate of food in front of me. And in my dream, I could literally smell it. I don't remember what the food was. But I was like, oh my God, it's so good. And then just before I was ready to eat it, she pulled it away. She said, you can't have it yet because you're fasting, but I want to show you what you're going to eat soon. And I was like, oh man. And that's the only thing I remember from last night. And I told her about it. And she was, I had a dream too that I ate.
I kept dreaming that like I ate something. Like it was like an apple and I took a bite. And I was like, oh no, I ruined my fast. And it just kept happening. I would wake up and I'd be so agitated with myself and I couldn't taste apple in my mouth. So I was like, I guess I'm okay. I didn't eat an apple, like things like that. And I would go to sleep and wake up again. And it was like, oh my God, I'm not supposed to eat that.
Yeah. Does anybody do intermittent fasting, or has anybody like actually done a big fast? I know like some people try to push like the 5-day fasts, and that's a big one. Mm-hmm. It's almost like fasting is like trending right now.
Well, and Dana White just did his video. So Chris actually sent that to me. I think that's where a lot of this really came from. Like we talk about fasting and let's get into it a little bit, right? So fasting has been said to reduce your chances of getting cancer and Alzheimer's and diabetes and heart disease, because of you're not feeding all of the toxins in your body, all like the bad cells, all the dying cells are getting nutrients from the junk that we put in our body, the sugars, the carbs, like the bad stuff that we put in our body. But if you fast, you're supposed to kill off the bad cells and your good cells get stronger.
Yeah, so you're trying to starve out all the bad cells,
Yeah.
like, because they feed first thing in the morning. So the other thing that we haven't done, which might sound gross, is we haven't brushed our teeth.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact is, when you're fasting, if you're going to do intermittent fasting, is like brushing your teeth. Something as simple as that will break your fast, because I mean, toothpaste is loaded with sugar. That's why
There's glucose in it.
and that's why it tastes good too. So you want to brush, they add flavor, so you're not like, oh man, this tastes terrible.
But you can use baking soda and peroxide. I just didn't have it, and we only did 20 or 48 hours. So I actually have bought, when I used to do intermittent fasting regularly, I used to have baking soda toothpaste. So I'll pick that up when we do our long
after we
fast.
eat, I will brush my teeth. So we so back to the bad cells.
Yeah.
So these cells, it's like, and this again from like the research, the videos we watched, all the stuff that we read, is that these cells like just starve on, like, they crave like sugar. And so basically the first thing you start eating things like coffee and creamer, it's all of a sudden that sugar and stuff is feeding these bad cells, and they just won't die off, and they're going to keep replicating over time in your body. And so basically you're just trying to starve out all the bad. And then there's a process that I think it's a process your body goes through, right? That what's it called? Afghanistan?
Autotrophy?
Autotrophy.
Which we're not exactly sure if we're pronouncing that correctly. So this is not a scientific presentation.
But basically it's just a way where the cells start to break down the bad cells, and they start eating away at the bad cells and get rid of them. So if you can it's like almost all of these benefits exponentially get better and better the longer you can go. So like, your IFG1, is that what IGF-1, like your human growth hormones, start to really produce at like 16 hours. And again, I might be saying all this stuff wrong, but they start to hit that max at 16 hours. And then it's like every hour after that you can fast. It's like they exponentially keep pumping out more and more. And so there's so many benefits to it. And when you really start reading it, you're like, maybe we should try this. And also, like, I was like wanted to try the challenge of like, how long can I go? But even right now, I still have a lot of energy. I'm actually not starving. I want to eat. It's like the willpower. Like, I physically don't need. I'm not starving.
Yeah.
I don't feel like cramping in my stomach.
No, I don't feel uncomfortable. I'm just over it. And I want.
It's like having like a naked woman laying on this table right now. That's how I feel.
That's how you think my cooking is?
No, that's how I'm just. I would take the food over a naked woman.
Would you think?
Yeah, I would. I would take the food, but that's how it feels. It's like, I don't need the food. I just want it. Like,
yeah.
So.
But so that being said, we want food really, really bad. The snacks or the food that we have in front of us is like, Chris has like ground turkey and corn shells made into like a taco. I have hummus and chicken and tomatoes and apples, and we have some salad. When you break your fast, you're not supposed to eat like crap. And when I used to do intermittent fasting, we used to fast. Me and a few of us did. Remember, we had like everybody at the table except for you had fasted. We went to 42nd Street. And
everybody fasted but me.
So we went out, didn't break our fast till dinner. There were 6 of us, so 5 of us had fasted. Didn't break our fast until dinner. Drank a lot of alcohol, got really drunk, because when you have nothing in your system, alcohol, its effects skyrocket. And then we ate a ton of food. Not the best way to do a 24-hour fast, for sure. So one of the things when we were doing all this research on fasting was how to refeed yourself, or how to break your fast properly. And it is with fats, healthy fats, lean protein, good carbs, not like white starchy carbs, but your good carbs. So I think we have a good selection of food here.
Where can we eat?
I don't know.
Real, I'm literally like, I can't even focus anymore. Like, this food is sitting right here.
Man, we are 49
and I'm curious
hours
to see like how it feels, like if I feel any spike in like either energy or like if my mind. I mean, I'm like, my legs are going. Like, I have like restless leg syndrome right now. Like my hands. This whole time we've been filming, I can't stop with my hands.
I just realized I forgot my nut butter downstairs, but I'll survive.
Oh, nuts.
Yeah, I know. Nuts.
Yeah, you can do without it. So can we take a bite yet?
I don't know, can
What
we?
time is it?
It's 9:20.
Oh my God, we did it.
I can't believe we did it.
Um. Oh, and you have glycolog here. Do you want to talk
Yes.
about that?
No. So I also have glycolog, which I talk about all the time. If you're following me on Instagram, Blackstone Labs puts out this product. It is it's amazing. So anytime you eat any kind of carbs, and like for us right now, our insulin is working. There's something with insulin and fasting.
I mean,
So
it helps.
it helps your ability to control your insulin when you fast, and these like fasts are supposed to like happen more frequently than once in a lifetime. So
Yeah.
we'll definitely be doing this again. But glycolog, when you're eating any kind of carbs, you're supposed to take it, and it's supposed to move the nutrients in your body to where it needs it the most. So like we said, we've been working out and everything through this whole process, so we are using our muscles do need to be fed. And my thought process was this: even though we're not having a ton of carbs right now, having a lower dose of the glycolog will help move the nutrients to where they're needed the most in our body. Yeah. So we're going to take that. And we're going to eat.
Even though we're eating light?
Even though we're eating light. Yeah. So, and I talk about this a lot too. I don't take a full dose of glycolog unless I'm having like cake or something crazy, because most of my meals are low carb.
Are we having cake? No. We got a little bit of cake.
Most of my meals are lower carbs. So instead of having it like on the bottle, it says have it twice a day, 3 pills twice a day. I take 2 pills 3 times a day. So you can finagle your supplements however it best suits you and your routine. I change up how it's done for me, and Chris gets a double dose of it twice a day. So everybody's different.
Yeah, and I've been doing this now. I haven't been taking glycolog for very long.
No, it's recent.
Yeah, and I definitely noticed. Well, when I started taking it, I don't want to say I noticed a big difference right away. What I noticed was when I stopped taking it. So I started taking it, and maybe it was like
probably
religiously
about 2
for like
months ago.
Yeah, honestly. So I was probably on it for maybe, I don't know, maybe a month straight, and I felt fine, but it wasn't like I was like, oh my God, I feel so different. But then I stopped taking it. I think like things were coming up, or we were going places or going out to eat, doing things, and we'd forget to bring it with us. And I was probably just off of it for maybe 4 days or so. And then I started to feel like when I would eat, I would feel that that bloating or distended stomach feeling where I was like, God, like I just felt like crap. And I was like, I think it's because honestly I wasn't taking this. And so then I started taking it again. I was like, okay, I feel back to normal again. So it definitely, it definitely helps with that. Like when you overeat or eat a lot of carbs and you feel that like bloatedness and you feel disgusting. So it's definitely helped with that.
But. Yeah. I mean, you'll see people post on Instagram like cake and glycolog or donuts and glycolog. And yes, obviously there's a use for it there. But ultimately, the best time to use it is through your daily life around your workouts.
And you can't just go eating like cake and be like, I'm going to eat this.
Right. It's not going to save you from the cake. You'll utilize the carbs from the cake, but.
Oh, you ready to take a bite?
Yeah.
I can't do it anymore.
Okay.
So we're at 48 and a half hours.
48 and a half hours, yeah. No, 49 and a half hours.
49 and a half, man. Yeah. 30 more minutes, we hit 50. Let's not break records today.
I think we already did break records.
Oh, yeah.
Personal records are really important, too.
So I'm going for a taco first. What are you eating first?
I'm going to go for a piece of chicken and hummus. It's okay, this is weird. So my
Jose, I'm going to start with an 8-hour fast.
I enjoy hummus. Like I love hummus. So one day I decided to dip chicken breast in hummus and I loved it. So that is what I'm breaking my fast with right now. I realize that it's weird. I realize most people won't eat it, but I like it. So
what is this? Turkey tacos?
Turkey tacos.
Turkey taco with a soft shell to start. I'm going to smell it first though. See what it brings up. Oh my God, it smells so good.
Oh my God, it tastes so good.
I'm like so excited to even bite it yet. It's like Christmas morning, but you didn't want to like open your first present yet.
Oh no, I'm already in. I'm in.
Oh my God, it's so good.
I feel like I do taste all the flavors.
My stomach just growled. I just felt it literally like.
I'm going for an apple.
I'm going to throw up.
This might be the best apple I've ever had in my life.
I could cry. This is so good.
And just like that,
I would say do the fast just for this moment. For the moment of satisfaction when you eat. Watch something bad happen. We're like on live on video.
Mm.
We both like stroke out.
Oh my God, it's so good. I love food.
We got Russ in here. Hello, Russ.
Hello, Russ. This is the most satisfying feeling. Mm.
I almost started with your Caesar salad. It smelled so good for some reason.
Well, because you can smell it.
We're gonna have so much energy now from all this food. I'm gonna go for a run tonight. I'm just gonna run to go brush my teeth.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
It's really good.
I will say I did lose, and I won't spoil it because we're probably gonna film it in the next couple of weeks. I did lose a significant amount of weight.
I did not.
You also don't have as much weight to lose.
So that's
as
what
I do.
that's what Amos said. He was like, Chris has weight to lose. Kristen does not have weight to lose. And I was kind of mad because I'm still not eating. So I was down 2 pounds. 48 hours of not eating. I
just said we're not going to ruin the ending. You're
Well,
supposed to give the answers away.
Well, I gave the answers away. And it's kind of crap. I don't really understand. But I'm going to have to do more research and find out why I didn't lose much weight.
Oh.
Here you go.
Oh my God, this is so good.
I know.
Oh my gosh.
So satisfying.
People that are tuning in right now are probably like, what are they doing?
I'm going to go for the salad.
Are you starving though? I still don't. I don't feel like. I thought I was going to be like shoveling as fast as I could.
Mm-mm.
Let me try something. Oh, this is good.
Mm-hmm.
This is really good.
I feel very content now. I actually don't feel like I need a ton of food. I feel like just a little bit.
Yeah. I'm actually disappointed.
Yeah, like I thought I was in a house. I have a table full of food.
There's 3 tacos there, and I don't know if I'll get them all down. I mean, I will, but...
Well, don't overeat either.
I'm curious how we feel in the morning.
Yeah.
We'll have to make sure that when we film this YouTube video, we film it into the next day and don't end the video at just eating.
Right.
That way we can document how we feel like the next day too, and also see how much weight we gain over the next day. Because you're going to lose weight, and you're going to be like, wow, I lost 20 pounds. And then you're going to gain back like 16 of it.
Right.
So you're not going to...
Well, that's a lot.
Wow. I'm just saying you're going to gain back some of that weight. Once you start eating, it's going to, I think, pack right back on. Even if you eat healthy, I think it's going to jumpstart you a bit, but it's not like it's all going to stay off completely.
But it'll hopefully get rid of cravings and stuff too.
But it definitely might. I didn't do it before and after photo, but my appearance in just the 48 hours changed pretty drastically.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. This is very good. I think what we should also do is have our friend on that also does the intermittent fasting too,
Mm-hmm.
and talk about his process during it.
Yeah.
He's been doing it for quite a while too, so I think that'd be a good story to talk about.
Yeah. Life-saving type benefits.
Indeed. So how long have we been hitting on here?
I
was seeing how long we've been running this thing. I actually don't know. For some reason, my computer does not show how long we've been live.
Well, 30 minutes. Right?
Has it been?
Yeah.
We've been 30 minutes already?
Yeah.
We're doing pretty good.
Yeah. I did realize how much I love food, though.
I'm curious too. Brett said, I was just gonna say, I'm curious how the wine will taste. I'm not gonna be doing any tonight, but I mean, it's definitely like I think alcohol too is gonna be tough. We're going out to eat tomorrow night too, but
Yeah. Well, we'll eat tomorrow, normal.
yeah,
Like normal diet until dinner, and then all hell breaks loose. That was kind of partly why we couldn't do 72 hours because we had dinner plans tomorrow, so it like wouldn't work.
yeah. So, but
So
overall, I think it was
after New
good.
Year's, we'll do the 72 hours.
Anything else you want to touch on with fasting? Any final
Um,
thoughts before we cut this out?
no, I mean I didn't hate it. So I mean, I guess I'm not that I'm looking forward to another one, but I like the idea of we're not 20 anymore, right? I hate to say that. We're not in our 20s
I've been
anymore.
20 twice.
Right. So as we start to get older and ailments start to show up in your family and around like friends and stuff like that, there's a certain realization that you go through in your mind and it's like, oh wow, like I don't want to do that. I don't want to get that. I don't want to end up like that. Or if you're destined to get diseases, how healthy can you make yourself to withstand these diseases? So I think that is really our reason for doing this.
Mm-hmm.
I know cancer runs in my family, diabetes runs in my family, cholesterol issues run in my family. So I want to stay, and that's kind of my why in fitness. Like, I want to stay on the positive end of the spectrum,
yeah,
and be as strong and as healthy as humanly possible because if and when something does pop up, I want to be strong enough to be able to combat it. And this fasting protocol is supposed to make your body stronger internally to stand all of these things. So
right. And if fasting, different depends who you talk to in the medical field and what you read, but most doctors will tell you that fasting is going to help. I mean, there's a lot of studies that say it's going to cut cancer down by like 70%. All these different
Alzheimer's, which is a huge issue,
right? And worst case scenario, if it doesn't, then you just fast it. Like, you know what I mean? There's no,
you're not.
It's
you're
not
not
like you're
hurt.
like, oh, it didn't help the cancer, and now this happened because of my fast. But like, there's no negative to doing a fast like this.
Right.
Nothing bad's going to happen. But maybe, like just maybe, it will help you and benefit you in the long run.
Yeah.
And you will never know because maybe you live your whole life and never get cancer, and you'd be like, either I just was destined not to get cancer, or B, maybe all that fasting I did actually worked. So you'll never know, but
right.
Maybe it helps. So it doesn't hurt to do it.
It doesn't hurt to do it. And on the medical side of it, I did see a lot of things online that said on the World Wide Web. So if it's there, it must be true. You should consult a physician if you decide to do a long fast. So
yeah,
even the 48-hour fast, I guess you're supposed to like contact a physician. But
we
did it together.
My favorite physicians are the extremely overweight ones who tell you how to have nutrition advice. So.
Right.
It's funny when people always say, well, my doctor said this. And usually I say, well, what does your doctor look like?
Yeah.
Let's pull up a photo of your doctor. And they're usually like morbidly obese themselves. So,
yeah. Yeah. So take your information and do what you will with it. But, I don't know. If you do try it, definitely comment on the video and let us know because that's always fun. But, right.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. And thanks for watching us get back into the food aspect. I feel great. I feel like $1 million right now.
Yeah.
And I didn't eat that much, but I feel really good.
No, we really didn't eat that much. I thought we were going to be like housing food this whole time, but no, we kept it together pretty good.
Yeah. So guys, make sure please you go over to, we're going to upload this video back to the other YouTube channel. Make sure you guys go subscribe over there too. And also helps the channel grow over there and helps us do more big things. So, so that's pretty much it. So like the video over there, subscribe to that channel. And if you guys ever have any questions or anything, comment on any of the videos and we'll get back to you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. So. All right. We'll see you guys next week.
Peace out, everybody. That's a wrap. All right, let's go to Taco Bell.
No Taco Bell.